Pick it apart, man.
I pick apart everything I watch on television and movies. My wife hates it.
Yeah, I do the same thing with virtually everything, but especially anime now. I used to watch anime before I started working on it. Now I never watch it.
You know, it's like anything. I think you know, one of my first, I guess it was my third job in my life was waiting tables. And when I sat down with the boss and he was getting ready to hire me, he said, "Do you love going out to eat?" I said, "Yeah, I love going out to eat. It's one of my favorite things to do." He said, "Okay, and you want to wait tables?" I said, "Yes, I do." He said, "This is going to ruin going out to eat for you." I said, "I don't care. It's ruined going out to eat for me. I'm 36 years old. Still, every time I sit down, I'm like, okay, this waiter screwed this up, this waiter screwed this up. You know, same thing doing this. You get into the entertainment business, it ruins going to the movies for you. It ruins watching television, cartoons, everything.
Absolutely, yeah. I had film classes that did that for me, for film, you know, not everything. I'm like, oh, come on, cut on the action, you idiot, you know, and it's like...
Right. I'll drive my wife crazy because I hold the remote when we're watching a movie, you know, and I will pause. So, like the other day I was pausing and said, look how in character this guy is. Anywhere you pause it, his facial expression is still in character. That's brilliant. Yeah. And she's like, can we watch the fucking show?
And that's a good point. You do notice things and pick things apart, but on the flip side, when somebody does something really well, you acknowledge it, and you know the type of work it takes to do that. So it can be it can be good for you to do.
You know whose movies to go see.
Yeah.
Right. What?
We have a couple more questions. I just wanted to say, number one, if you are staying for the autograph session, yes, it is in this room, because I've had people asking me and whispering. So yes, the autograph session is in this room. When we end this, nobody move, because I do not want every single person in this room barreling at the stage. My guest of honor may kill me later. So we'll give instructions. If you don't want to stay for the autograph session, you'll be allowed to leave, and we will have instructions in a nice, easy flow.
And Nicole, about that, I have been signing probably most everybody's stuff. I have a table out here, and I'll be going to my table out here again. So if you still have something?
You will be able to get all 6 minus Sunny in this autograph session. If you want to get Sunny, he'll be available for the entire rest of the day at the dealer's room, and at the dealer's room all day tomorrow. So Sunny is not hard to find, so you won't have to worry about that. And they will have a 5-minute break real quick in case they need to grab water and all of that too. All right, so we're going to take 1 or 2 more questions.
This is something else I've noticed a couple voice actors have done. A lot of times, like when you're credited for something, like your name will be different. You know, because I've noticed Ruben Langdon's done it a couple of times. The guy who voices Don Nick from Don't Make Cry. When the anime came out, his name was Just In Case, but it was actually him. Any of you guys ever done that before, or anything to that extent?
Not telling.
Yeah.
That was my name, Not Telling.
I actually have 2 names I use for bit parts. One is Cool Das. K-U-L-D-A-S. Cool Das came about, I was at a party that was hosted by the president of the Hare Krishna temple. And I said, would it be wrong to want to be a Krishna devotee just to get one of those cool names? And he said, you would like a cool name? I said, a cool name would be cool. And he said, then your name is Cool Das. And I'm a Unitarian, and Unitarians believe in the possibility of anything. And he said, and it's a great Unitarian name because it means servant of God's dynasty. And I went, oh, cool. That's my bit part name.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something that I think is stupid, I'll totally use a different name. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
I have a few names floating out there. I'll let you figure out who they are. But I do because I have nieces and nephews that are savvy enough to use a computer. And if they're 8 years old and they want to Google Aunt Stephanie and the types of roles I get cast in a lot, low voice, I would rather them not come ask me that and have my brother and sister be like, thanks. Thanks for what they're searching at 8 years old. So there's a couple of names out there. See if you can guess who they are.
I won't tell.
Yeah, I don't have any extra names right now. There's nothing that I've done that I think is shady or whatever. Not that anything is shady that you've done. I'm not saying that. No. Yeah, but trust me, I like to get creative with names, so it'll be something awesome or, you know, really offensive, so whatever.
I don't use an alias because I know how savvy the fans are. They can figure out who's who, so that kind of defeats the purpose of an alias, right? If people are going, you're obviously this person, it's like, well, okay, well, I own up to everything. I haven't done anything that I'm you know, ashamed of. I just love doing voice work, so far I'm just me.
I don't have a fake name, but I got a message on Facebook the other day asking, you know, like, this girl's like, I watched all of Solita, I liked it, but I just have to ask, are you Johnny Young Bosch using a different name? Because you guys sound so alike. I was tempted to be like, yes.
Alrighty, we are as it is, a little past 2. We're going to go ahead and cut this off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let them go ahead and